Hi, my name is Sarah Miracle and I'm an attorney here in Maryville, Tennessee. Thank you for joining me today. We're here today to talk about the decision to get a private attorney versus a public attorney. Now, first off, I want to start by saying that when you're making this decision, you need to understand that public defenders are excellent attorneys. They are very good, they are licensed by the state, and they are capable of handling your charge. There's a constitutional right to an attorney, and they fill that gap beautifully. But there is an issue there, and that is one of capacity. Public defenders often have incredible caseloads, hundreds and hundreds of cases to deal with at the same time. So the decision to hire a private attorney is one that's based on resources and complexity of your case. If you would like an attorney that gets to know you personally and you get to spend time with and get to know, then a private attorney is really the way to go. A public defender will often meet with you briefly. They will review your case and they will get access to your files, but they do not get to know you as a person. And oftentimes that can be a big part of the conversations with the district attorney about whether charges should stick or not. They're very strong in the courtroom and they are good with straightforward cases. People with limited resources, they may be your best option, and you will not be badly served by a public defender, especially here in Blount County where I practice. Again, I say, I know them all personally. They are wonderful attorneys, but a private attorney can give you time and resources. Furthermore, private attorneys are able to get information about the case before the case comes before the judge, which can save you time and money, and you can come to a case prepared to move forward. You have to understand that time is often the most valuable thing in a criminal case. Records get destroyed early. If you are caught on a video, for example, I would be able to go the same day to the gas station where you were stopped, to the neighbor's house that might have a Ring camera, and get access to that video before it is destroyed or copied over. I will be able to talk to witnesses at more length than a public defender would be able to. I will be able to confirm your alibis prior to the court hearing. There are a lot of issues with paperwork that can also come up in this. The paperwork that you need to file to get your case in front of the judge, the notice of appearance, and having conversations with the district attorney before this even reaches their desk is an excellent way of shortening the case, of shortening the burden on you, the defendant. And I can also prepare you for some of the things that you're going to encounter in the courtroom. Going in front of a general sessions judge is very tense. They are very intense people because they are the line between law and order in their towns. So they will be very hard on you. They will be very hard on you. And I know Judge Hedrick and Judge Brewer and Judge Gallegos and their personality types and what they're expecting from you as a defendant when you show up. Oftentimes, if you're wearing the wrong thing, which we will discuss in later videos, if you're wearing the wrong thing, that can lead to a prejudice with the judge from the moment before you've even opened your mouth. There are rules to the courtroom that you may not understand, where you're allowed to sit, when you're allowed to stand, when you're allowed to speak. And trust me when I say that having somebody to explain that to you and who knows what to do is the difference between walking out of a courtroom feeling like you have been bombarded and walking out of a courtroom feeling like you have a grip on the situation. I always make sure to tell my clients what to wear, what to say, what to do, how to handle, and what to expect when they go in front of a courtroom, and particularly the judges that I've worked with personally for the past 12 years. So there are other issues that come up as well, especially if you have professional licenses or security clearances or custody issues. You need to have somebody that can interact with a lot of different spheres in the world. You need to have somebody that can research how this will impact your employment, say at Y-12, or as a forklift operator, or OSHA guidelines, or your bartending licensing. You need to have somebody that can understand that beforehand and can help you with some of the employment matters that you might face. If you are also being held with an order of protection, for example, in a criminal case or in a domestic case, you need somebody who can go to those courtrooms as well, and public defenders can't do that. They don't go between juvenile court and adult criminal court, for instance. So they cannot handle a case with your criminal charge and speak to the judge in the juvenile case. So that's just an example of how it will impact your handling of the representation, and that's where cases get very complex. Also, if you're a first-time offender, there are often many advantages to getting a private attorney in advance to help you understand, as I've said, what you're going to be expected to do, but also to get the paperwork in to really know whether you need to take advantage of the first-time offender program and get the charges off of your record. Also, public defenders often don't work with probation officers very often. They wait until there's a violation that comes before them, prior to instances where, like, let's say, for example, you're on probation and you're not sure whether you're allowed to leave to go to the hospital to visit your child. And you call the probation office and you speak to a recording device and you still don't know whether you can go. You need to get advice on that situation. That's just an example of many that come up when somebody is on probation. And a violation of a probation order can lead to you losing your first-time offender status. So it's just incredibly important. And I often represent people. I worked as a appointed attorney, which is where a public defender has a conflict with the case and they're given to young private attorneys. That's another potential option if you get a public defender, is that you will be appointed an attorney to represent you. I worked as an appointed attorney for 10 years, so I understand completely day in and day out what happens in the courtroom and what can be done on the front end and after the charges are entered to really make sure that the case is encapsulated and that the results are as you'd hope. Now, if you are facing charges in Knox County, in Sevier County, in Jefferson City, in Lenoir City, I also represent cases in those areas as well, anything adjacent to the Knoxville area. My primary expertise is in Blount County, but many things transfer from one court to another. So if you would like to contact me and hire me to represent you in a criminal charge, you can contact me through my webpage, sarahmiraclelaw@gmail.com. I'm sorry, that's my email address. Or you can contact me through my webpage, sarahmiraclelaw.com, or you can call me at 865-705-7011. That's my cell number, so you'll get me. immediately, and someone from my staff or myself will contact you within the next few business days so that we can handle your case as quickly and expeditiously as possible. That concludes my video for this segment. Please see my other videos, and please like and subscribe to my channel. I am a small business solo practitioner, female owned and operated, and I very much appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.